Hey, we're live.
Munchausen or Hashimoto's. Hey, what's up?
Not much. How you doing?
Just
Pain?
sad because yes, I took my MCAT and not in a good grade, so I have to study more.
That's fine. I'm starting my studying now too for two boards, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, dude, focus on your Naplex first.
I am, but it should be pretty easy. I'm not worried about this one.
All right then.
So, hi guys. We do videos on MCAT stuff, medical related topics such as parasomia. So check that one out if you didn't see it. That's could be related, and pretty much anything else that seems interesting in the medical field. Miss anything?
No, just welcome to our channel, and if you have any questions or want to see some topics, just put it in the description below or send us an email. You can contact us. We have all that stuff ready for you. So yeah, thanks for coming to getting that MD, that medical degree. So let's get onto it.
So today we'll be talking about how to prep for the NAPLEX, since this is a topic I am living right now, since I graduate on May 16th, and I'll be called a doctor, which is
So what
exciting.
is the Netflix?
And NAPLEX is like your national exam for pharmacy.
Okay.
So you have to pass this and then your law exam. The law exam would be a completely separate video since that's it. That's the actual hard part. And NAPLEX should be the easy part. So let's get into it. So resources, there's really three main ones, and really only one you really should use. So RX Prep's is probably the gold standard. You also have Kaplan, which everyone knows Kaplan. They make MCAT resources as well.
Yep.
Or APHA. So they also have some. I never heard of anyone using Kaplan or APHA. It's always RX Prep. So take that as you will. But if you use RX Prep and you don't think it's enough, it's 1,000 pages long. You probably use Kaplan, but the test isn't hard. Just test and see if you know enough to be a pharmacist. Like a very, very low base level knowledge.
How many hours is the test? Is it like the MCAT?
I think as they said, it's 4 hours long.
Oh, okay.
It's like
So
a
you can finish it in
200,
like 2 hours.
250 a question exam. I think 50 questions are fake questions or something like that. There's like 50 or 25 questions that are like fake questions on the exam. These questions
Uh-huh.
are like kind of experimental questions, see if this should be on the test or should not be on the test. They don't count
Hmm.
against you or for you, so it's kind of sucks if you get them right and then they don't count for you. So kind of sucks.
Very interesting. How much is this test?
I think last time I checked was like $300 to $500.
Okay. All
There's
right.
also an application fee to apply for the test, which is $100 for this analog exam, which sucks.
Amen.
So you're paying $200 before you even schedule your exam as like an application schedule fee. So there's
Hmm.
also that. So study plan. Again, I'm following the RX Prep sample. So there's a sample on their website for a 6 to 8 week schedule. It seems okay. I'm kind of tweaking it to whatever I want to do, but I'm still kind of like using it as a guide. You can make your own schedule. There's like a 2 week schedule I think I saw online you can do, which is insane. But you can also do that if you want. You can adjust it if you want. Do more than that. It says each day, which I have a friend doing about 3 days of the RX
What?
Prep sample a day. So 3 days in one day. So I did take a practice Naplex today. I got a 50% on it, but I didn't study. I only studied for like 3 to 4 days so far, and I didn't study calculations any. If I would have got calculations right, I would have passed it because I missed enough questions of calculations that would have made me have a passing grade. So,
Hmm.
so know your calculations. This is kind of a sample of the schedule. It kind of looks like. So you usually do like a green topic or a really easy topic combined with like a harder topic, like diabetes, which should take you longer to just go through. You're doing about 2 topics a day, usually, sometimes three. This is the first 6 days of it. Weight loss is really simple to go through. There's not much to go there. Diabetes is very complex. That's why it's red, obviously. And some topics you can skip, like answering case-based exam questions. That's kind of, if you don't know how to take exams, you probably should know by the time you graduate pharmacy school. But if you don't, there's that chapter for you. And some of the chapters in the book are kind of stupid, so you can kind of skip them. But it's that. So if you're limited on time, I don't really recommend this at all. But this goes for the MCAT too. There's always high yield topics, but high yield also means you're probably missing a lot of little mini details that they could ask you. So hypertension, diabetes, dyslipidemia, calculations, compounding, statistics, and then knowing your brand generics. Brand generics can be thrown on any question, and if you don't know them, you automatically miss the question. You have no idea what they're talking about.
Jeez.
And they'll use the weird generics too. Like, if you think about your pharmacy, or all the brand generics in your pharmacy, and they'll pick the most random generic in the world and put it on the test. You don't know that generic because you don't have it in the pharmacy, but they'll put it on there. It's fair.
What?
It's fair game. So there's something like that that you need to know. The RX Prep book has all of them in there. There's actually, I think, an entire section dedicated to brand generics to make sure you know them. So don't skip out on that because even if it's something really easy topic, you don't know the drug name, you miss it. So, as again, I don't recommend the strategy since they could focus on like smaller chapters such as like HIV, which they will do HIV. That's kind of a bigger one. But like stroke and stuff, you should know, but I don't recommend skipping chapters I didn't mention. But calculations, compounding, statistics, and brand generics are really high yield topics. As I mentioned, I miss enough questions in calculations alone take me from a 50% to a 75%.
Whoa.
So yeah, that's how big calculations is. And I even got some calculations right. So there's keep that in mind as well. Also compounding, I had a couple questions like that, a sample test as well. I talked to a lot of people who took tests recently, and they said again, calculations, compounding, statistics, and brand generics, big topics to know. HIV is one to know as well, but that's still like iffy if that's gonna be a high yield one or not. Take notes and review. We'll touch this more when we talk about the MCAT related stuff, since this is kind of the same thing. We will, since I am also reviewing for the MCAT now as well. I will start making videos on that as well since Mitchell's taking exams all the time now. He's getting the hang of stuff, so we're gonna start making topics on like how to study the chapters, how to study like chem, bio,
I've
etc.
taken 4 of them so far.
Yeah, that's a lot. You took more than me, and I did my entire MCAT time.
Yeah, but like I'm still low. I need a couple months to raise my grades.
Yeah, you need to start doing that U World.
Yeah, that's true.
But this is the kind of same strategy I do with everything. Though. Take shorthand notes on the topic, write them out on your iPad, whatever you want to do. Then you'll make ANKI cards on the notes. And after that, you're gonna review those ANKI cards the day of you make them. So you're seeing the material 3 times in one day. That's good. That's kind of getting into your memory now. Now you're gonna repeat that every day. You have to do your Anki cards every day as well to get in your long-term memory.
Oh yeah.
So this is kind of how you should approach any topic, but they don't teach you how to do this in school. I know a lot of students struggle with this, as I see in my class and other classes too. So some tips there. Do you have any tips you want to stay on studying wise?
Anki is love, Anki is life. That's yeah.
That's about it, right?
Yeah.
So what else should you do? This is again. This applies to MCAT as well. So practice questions. I didn't. I skipped out on the practice questions for the MCAT, and I regretted it. So I'm gonna use URoll for that. But use the RX Prep quiz if you're using RX Prep. They have always quizzes. You buy the book, you get the quizzes with it, so use them. Right? RX Prep's harder than the Naplex. It's been shown to be that way. Take the practice questions. Take practice exams. You have to buy these, but again, practice. And also relax. This is a competency test, so this is like the bare minimum you need to know to be a pharmacist. If you don't know it, you need to be studying up because this is like the bare minimum you need to know. Even though they're gonna ask you some couple of random questions, the calculations is kind of iffy if you need to know that or not. But other than that, you should need to know like how to treat hypertension if a doctor asks you like what medication you use.
Is there like a free exam that you can take to practice this test? Like, is there a free Naplex? You know how like
How the MCAT does
Kaplan?
it.
Yeah, how Kaplan
Uh,
has free.
Actually, I'm not too sure. There might be. We actually got a free one through my school, which was like custom made for the school because they usually do like a
Hey,
2 week
if
course.
there is a free one, send me the link. I'll take it. I'll see what I can get. I think it'll be fun.
It might be fun, you know. You never know.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Just if you find it, just send it to me. I'm down to take it.
Yeah, sounds good. And then Anki example. So I haven't tried this yet, so I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. If not, I'll try another video. So let's see if I can put you guys over to my Anki.
Oh,
Maybe not. Maybe. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. You guys are seeing Anki now. Sorry about
Okay.
that. That was a bad transition. But anyways, so I'm just gonna walk you through a couple Anki cards real quick while before we run out of time. So we're running out of time right now. But so this is kind of a typical Anki card data. It says what drugs can worsen heart failure. I usually don't make lists. Lists are bad. Lists are bad. This is a list. So this is a list because of the acronym, as I'll show you. So Iroticonazole. So the acronym for this is Drug Information Nation. That's why they're kind of lined up with the DI Nation. It's a really easy
Hmm.
way to memorize them. And you just kind of when you look at this card, you try to memorize one at a time, two at a time. Just try to take it in really quick. And you'll say, "Oh, I didn't know that." You'll hit again. So this is just a brand generic card. Not the best kind of card, but acetagliptin, which is Januvia, saxagliptin is I'll save your doses. This is kind of like just so I can see everything all at once. This kind of card. I usually just do one fact per card, but when it's dosing, I like seeing how the dosings differs between the drugs for the treatment. And this is kind of bad. This is a bad example. Don't put this much information on a card. Uh, this Mitchell can't see what I'm doing. He'll see it when the video gets posted. But this is a card with a lot of information, a lot of blanks on it. It's kind of just crazy everywhere. I made this card when I was on rotation, so I was just trying to do it real quick. I made notes and I just cut and pasted my notes in. Let's try to get you to a quick one. So cephalexin is commonly used in outpatients for MRSA, MSA, and strep throat. I kind of knew that, but I kind of didn't, so I'll hit again. Then because these are really bad ones. These are like made them earlier. DLP within about 60 minutes of meals. Better. You just kind of see how I go through it though. I get just through some of my more recent ones. I've done these ones so many times now. Cefotitan, and cefoxin are commonly used inpatient for blank coverage and surgical prophylaxis. It's anaerobic, but that's a new card, so I kind of didn't know that one. Cefotitan and cefoxin, as we talked about on the channel, though. So, what side effect was that? I'll let you guys answer in the comments, especially with cefotitan. And this is just inhaled inhaled insulin. Have you ever heard of that?
I have.
Have you?
I've never seen it though, but I have. Yeah, I have.
I think my preceptor said it's off the market, but he wasn't 100% sure on that one. Um, he's washed out with it in asthma patients, COPD patients. I don't know who carries this or if anyone carries this anymore. It's just something you'd be aware of since COPD and asthma is really common. And that's really it for this guy. This is just a quick glance at my Anki cards. The ones you saw weren't my best cards. These were kind of the ones I made earlier in the year. I was kind of a rush. They do get better as I go through the deck, but since they're showing me like my reviews right now, they're kind of like my older cards. So that's all I got for you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video, and the next video will be about applying to medical schools and what you should think about when you're applying to medical schools, such
All
as like
right.
in-state, out-of-state, private or public, stuff like that. So
Very important stuff.
since Mitchell and I are applying this year, so that. See you next time.